This week on Gaming Dudes Podcast. It's so hard! Literally! Imagine hearing that. Da, 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 da. I'm scared, my lord. Your peasants are like begging. They're like, we're doomed. It's like, yeah, no duh, dude. You are doomed. We're doomed. He sends his macemen in, we're dead. See, the rat was easy. He just sends in stupid spearmen. Freaking pig comes in, whole force of macemen. Just destroy.
Those words of encouragement, buddy.
The apocalypse is upon us. They're like begging. They're like begging for, please don't kill us. It's don't end our lives. Yeah, the scribe and the one voice actor they got for the peasants, and they're terrified. It's like, oh, you're scared now, or they complain. They complain about everything. Oh, there's taxes. Oh my gosh, you're the devil. I hate you. If you don't give me alcohol in 5.2 seconds and put a church down, I'm angry with you. And guess what? If you do that, I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to sit down. Oh, you put flower gardens down? I'm going to stop working. You know what I did? When I had a free build? I was like, I'm just going to put a church down and a bar down, and I'm going to torture the crap out of them. Worked perfectly fine. So they get their worship, they get drunk out of their minds, back to work. And if they're not back to work, executioner, gallows, any of those things. If you're not going to freaking work to stay alive, you're dead. There will be no peasants left. You're either in the army or you're working.
Hello, welcome to an episode of Gaming Dudes Podcast. I'm Bren.
I am Spidey.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
My favorite places to be throughout the week.
On a good time, yeah.
Definitely a gem in my time.
Yeah, and it's a rough life we live. Not me, but he's been.
Hey, we all got rough stuff.
But anywho,
the first thing I want to talk about is Xbox and cloud gaming.
This is your episode. Like I said, I have nothing.
It's our episode.
I'm only saying this because yes, I'm saying that I will be the reactionary man. I'm saying
so with Xbox. I really think they're going to go to cloud. I really think their plan isn't to. I'm not saying they're going to stop making consoles for a long time. I'm just saying I really think their plan is like to push cloud, like buy almost like Netflix. Like you'll buy Xbox Game Pass because it's kind of like getting Netflix now.
Yeah, it is Netflix for gaming.
It'll be like, oh, well, now it's just like a pass, and you can play it on anything through cloud gaming, which is, I feel like, what their goal is.
I think that's smart, personally.
Yeah, I mean, cloud gaming, I've tried it. I've also tried their beta of theirs. When I played on my iPad, I played like really high res games on my iPad just to try.
Yeah, just to see how it worked.
Piece of junk. I was just trying. Yeah, I was trying to see.
Yeah, and I think it's cool. I think messing with
the Wi-Fi card in it wasn't too bad, but the Wi-Fi card in my iPad is like old. So it couldn't like grab the speeds from my router too well. But if you have like a newer device, like a semi-newer device that can handle like
they'll be able to handle that. Oh,
like I think that
we're in 6. We're in the 6Gs now. Wow, that's crazy.
I think that like it's a plausible idea. Because especially if you play single player games online, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Unless you just don't care.
Yeah, unless you don't care about getting
option is cool, but like dumpstered. It does matter. Like it is gonna matter, especially with games that I like to play. Like if I'm playing Tekken, it's gonna matter. If I'm playing Fortnite, it's gonna matter. It's gonna matter who's getting walls. It's gonna matter. Like there's a lot that's gonna matter.
And another thing is, if you're on the go, I mean, this seems like a cool option. I'd say this is a.
Dude, if you travel, I think cloud gaming's amazing.
Oh, dude, it's probably the best thing you'll get.
Yeah, I do think. I think that in that aspect, it depends on how good the Wi-Fi is. I think if they can get it, I don't know how it works. I think if they can make it run really, really seamless on like even pretty good Wi-Fi, it could be huge. I really think everyone's trying to get. Google Stadia did it. I feel like always people are trying to get into this futuristic like cloud gaming market where it's like you can use. Obviously, the idea is amazing.
Everything, yeah. No, the idea sounds great.
Is amazing. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there with bad internet.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like
for me, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's like if you're one of those people who loves to sit down and like not have anything bulky with you, like let's say like my phone
Yeah.
here. If you don't like the idea of lugging a laptop around or doing any configuring or anything, I think it is the
Yeah.
most brilliant thing you could do. Personally, I think there's a lot of potential in it.
A lot of the consoles, especially like with the Series S and like even this new laptop that I have, like things are really small. Like so, if you don't want to bring like this tiny of a thing, it's like
you do.
like,
yeah. You have issues,
like,
and I agree with you. I'm like, okay, once you've reached laptop
but if you want to bring
zone,
your rig, if you're on like like your computer, it's like you're not going to want to bring that to somebody's house, like your actual tower. Like this sucks.
and my laptop, thankfully, it is running exceptionally well. But obviously, I got other.
I'm just saying, like, you're not going to bring people who have like towers. They're not going to want to bring those to somebody's house. Have I done it? Yes.
Yeah,
is it
it's
really
never,
annoying?
dude? It was. Yeah, I remember. I brought my tower to play League of Legends for some strange reason to someone's house.
Yeah.
And it's like, why did I do that? Even though I could have played it on the laptop.
Yeah.
I've brought not very bright on my part.
Tower to play COD places. I brought my tower to play. I brought it too many places. That's why having a laptop is amazing. But anyway, I think it could be the future. I just feel like we're in a weird transitioning phase of like a lot of new stuff in the sense of like, oh, we got cloud gaming, we got people really pushing VR.
Yeah, they're doing so many things.
I feel like it's cool that people are trying to be innovative. It's just I'm not there yet.
Let's be innovative, and it's like, well, why release it to this public a testing? If this is what I liked about old stuff. You know how it's like old video games. When they had an innovative idea, they had a test audience behind the scenes. They didn't release the idea until they were 100% done with it. And it took years, for certain things, but I feel like that seems smarter to me instead of being like, oh, here's VR now, here's your VR now, you can use this. And it's like, dude, why show it to me if you're not going to give me something exceptional?
There's some like stuff. It's just that stuff's going to get boring. Like there's not enough stuff that's going to make it so I'm not bored. Like get bored fast.
Yeah, it's like
they haven't come out with anything where it's like, whoa, you need a headset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
it's like
I don't know what they could do that would make me even think that. Like
other than your Sal fantasy.
Yeah, they would have to basically have like a really good MMO that like tons of people were playing and people were like, "Yo, this is like the next big thing." I feel like that's the only thing that would bring me.
Yeah, and that's most people. I think that's most people who look at VR. For me, it's like
I just don't see. Just not far enough for people to take it seriously.
Well, it's an uphill battle.
To take it seriously.
It's an uphill battle, dude. I mean,
don't run there's cool video, like there's especially if you connect it to your computer, which I haven't even done yet.
I've done it, dude.
There's a lot of cool stuff you can play.
The functionality that I've had with that has been it's been helpful to like experiments.
Yeah, I'm saying like gaming wise. I know you can like have it run off your PC and just use it as a gaming headset.
Yeah, I have used it.
I haven't done that
gaming, but I have used it for.
But it's like
certain things.
If you like, I haven't tried that, so there's things I can do with it. I'm sure I will one day. And I am pretty impressed with it. Like the MetaQuest 2, because I know we're in the third one now. But the second one, like for how much, like some of the stuff I was playing, I'm like, I'm kind of surprised. Like this thing can run this. Yeah,
it's crazy. It is crazy. I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, now everyone points to like stuff like VR chat. I'm like, that's not even a thing, dude. It's just
it's cool, but it's so gimmicky, I guess.
It's not like it reminds me of something that would come out of the Wii.
I think it's mostly little kids like on there. Whenever I play it, there's just like kids running around being like psychopaths.
Yeah, and half the games themselves, like people just, I feel like right now it's just not. It also hasn't even gotten mainstream popularity.
The most fun I had was us playing games together.
Yeah.
Like downloading them, trying them. Like that BR was fun playing together where you have to you hold your like hands out and you're like float. You're like,
yeah, it's like the most weird.
That was actually like kind of fun with the shooting and then There's something else. Oh, we played that one where we're reversing each other with those robots in the arena. That one played really well.
We also played the one that was like a multiplayer one where you pull the guns out and you shoot each other.
Yeah.
Reload
Yes.
goes down.
Against each other. That was super fun.
And it was fun, but what was funny is at the end of it, our eyes were like so strained.
And some of the most fun I had was us like watching YouTube together.
Yeah, it's like
I could see you, and like we could see each other, and we were like reacting to like YouTube and stuff together, and like looking around.
It was like the most hilarious thing, and it's just like
that. I think is like
that's
if you could make it better, that could be like the future.
Yeah, no, I think that.
Although how much are we trying to make it so people don't see each other?
Yeah, and for me, it's like I prefer to walk outside. I'm an old man to these children here, but
well, I'm saying like we don't live far away from each other.
Yeah, no. So it's like why would we? Yeah, this podcast. The only reason why we do it this way is because, like I said, we both have stuff we got to do, and we can't always just be in each other's like households. We all have stuff. We have lives separate from each other. That's the
it's like you work. I don't want to go. I don't want to necessarily go.
No.
Somewhere every Monday.
No. It's like why would you want to do that? What's funny about it is this makes sense. Me sitting here with my headset on. let's say I was like friends with the next door neighbor. What am I doing with them? Just putting the headset on, being like, that's
it's fun. And I actually think it would have been really fun if we could play that golfing game together, but I don't think it's that mini golf game. That was super fun, but I think it's just one player, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, that is annoying, especially with an experience that's supposed to be multiplayer. And another thing I've noticed is for some reason people are like, "Oh, dude, horror games in VR, it's the new thing."
Dude, I don't even want to be like I don't want to be that freaked out.
It depends on what it is. I mean, if it's like a zombie game, zombies are just.
But if I'm playing like some of the really actually scary ones,
those.
It's like, why would I want to be terrified? Like jumping around, freaking out. Like I will.
They need to put Dead Space on there. I'd be happy with that. Because the sound design for me, that is the best sound design I've ever heard in gaming. The whispers, the fact that there are literal like baby aliens. It is the most. I was like, wow, they really took this very far. They took this way too far. But it would be interesting to see that in VR, honestly, because I feel like that actually be kind of creepy.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Especially with the it's like the Flood 2.0, just with like way more visceral, disgusting.
I feel like in VR right now, there's a lot of like mini experiences that I had that were like very enjoyable. Yeah. Like there was one that was like a movie, basically, and I watched it. I did it for hours. Where they have like they have cartoons, like little short story movies, like 35, 45-minute stories that you can like watch, and you're like basically in the movie.
Yeah, you're in the world. You're basically a cameraman. Essentially.
It was like the art was incredible. Like it could have just been like a real movie. Like it was so good, and I'm just sitting in there, and like you can like kind of look around at the character, kind of like get different angles and see what they're doing in their room and stuff during scenes, and like really cool experience. Like very cool. When people talk about like, oh, 3D movies, it's like that is.
I feel like that's cooler than regular 3D movies, personally. Like as a concept, because I feel like regular 3D movies, they just kind of like they're all there is now for animation. That's it. You basically have 3D movie animation.
So yeah,
that's it.
So true.
And it's like
that blew me away watching those. I was like, whoa, this is really something. Like this is like something where they're doing the they're doing something right on that. Like they might have a path with that. Like that was very cool.
Yeah, you can actually see an industry.
I think there's not a lot though. There's not a ton of options.
It makes
not a medium that people, like I said, it's not a medium that people are tapping into that much.
Well, it makes sense because imagine the amount of work it would take to make something that's like
the one I watched. It had to take so long. It's like it was detailed. Dude. Yeah, you like one of these days I'll have to show you. Like
imagine the scale.
Oh wow!
Imagine the scale of such a project. It's the same with. It's funny. What people don't realize is, what people always, with VR games, they don't realize that you can make a solid game It doesn't have to be gimmicky. People say, oh, but VR is gimmicky. But you don't have to make it gimmicky. Just make it like a regular game and the way it operates. Seriously, it's not that hard. Like in terms of like, I'm only saying it because with indie games, what are they born from? Simple ideas. How is it this hard to convey a simple idea? I just don't get it. It's like, dude, how is it this hard?
One thing that's crazy about the meta too is that it's probably even better now. And yeah, I agree with you.
It's like
there's a lot of flops on there.
It's gotta be easier than
that. I didn't even enter into like there's a whole like you can get a store, like the not official store on your computer and access even more games that people make. I haven't even accessed that.
I probably been on that a little bit.
There's so much stuff that looks so cool on there.
It's probably better than the stuff on the official stuff.
And there's modes where you don't even have to use the clickers. You just have your the cameras on it, like watch your hands.
Yeah, because the sensor thing. You know, sometimes you'll move your finger with the button. You know, this little sensor thingy, this hoop.
No, I'm saying like you cannot have those at all.
You're talking about putting down the controllers. Yeah, I've done that before.
Type stuff. I was playing this game that was like I was like a wizard's assistant. We were making potions and stuff, and it was insane. It was so cool. So it was like my hands, and how I would move my hands. It's just you see my hands in the like game, and I was literally like catching floating like fish bugs. I was like catching them in the air and like holding them, and you could like squeeze them and they pop. I was like, now that kind of stuff is cool.
Well, it's called immersing you into a world, and that's the thing. Obviously, it's going to have the most immersion, but it's also going to have the most it's going to be the most disorienting thing. That's the thing about it. That's what's so funny.
It was so cool. It was literally so cool. I was like, yeah. Like, obviously, I know I'm playing a game, but it's like you like forget a little bit.
Yeah, you do a little bit.
Not that I think I'm actually not insane.
If it's good, it's good. That's the thing. It has to be good.
Story. I was just focused on like, oh, I'm making these potions. I'm like, I guess I'm this wizard's assistant guy. Like, and then not having the controllers in your hand is like next level. Yeah, like, next level, really cool. Like that really needs to be the next step. Is just not having the controller sensors.
Yeah. Instead of having to make a mode where you tap them together, put them down, and then you can.
I mean, it's still cool with them, but it's less immersive.
Well, yeah, because it's like you have a controller, and the thing is, I feel like it doesn't take that much to immerse someone in something. All you have to do is just make it interesting. You have to make the world and the characters interesting.
Not always easy.
I guess I'm saying like I've gotten immersed in so I can list like many games I've been immersed in, like worlds. Like most games I've played, I've been immersed.
You're thinking like
in like worlds, dude. Like I've been immersed in Zelda.
You're probably thinking of like the time. Yeah, but Zelda's like a top tier.
Freaking Dying Light. That's like an indie game. I love that.
It's also a stellar game.
It's
very immersive.
It's very immersive. The way the world is.
That's not easy to do.
Same with the first Dead Space. That was also basically an indie game at the time.
Not easy to do.
I'm only saying it because I'm saying, okay, it's not easy, but what I'm saying is there are things you have to think of. I'm saying
you're picking like gems that are awesome.
Yes. But think about A Link to the Past. I'm saying Nintendo was not absolutely massive. Like, it was big. You get what I'm saying? It was big, but it had competitors. It had Sega. Now they don't have competitors at this point. They're like the guys people go to. Most people go to for games. I'm saying at the time, you had competitors that were actually viable. And the thing is, back then, Link to the Past, dude, I remember playing it. I was sucked into this game that's just too freaking D. 2D.
Hey, I don't think it has to be. I don't think it has to be 3D.
I just think it's crazy. I think it's insane because with the third dimension just introduces. I mean, it's like the real world. And obviously now, at the time, the '90s stuff is like the real world, but it is more immersive. It just is. It is. 3D is more immersive. I feel like that is a fact in a lot of ways.
I felt the same way with Donkey Kong 64. I was like so immersed in that.
And that's why I'm bringing it here. It's like immersion can work. You just gotta think about it. You just gotta. I'm
saying we're picking great games. There's a lot of games that are good but aren't immersive too.
That's true.
I like Undertale a lot. I wasn't immersed in Undertale.
You weren't like, oh my gosh, look at this crazy world and look at these
I liked the
crazy
game, but I
things.
wasn't like, whoa, like this is VR doesn't really count because the whole shtick is immersion.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
It's now I do find it funny that it's strapping essentially a headset to your face. It is the funniest. It is the funniest. Yeah, dude, seriously. This thing is a whopper. This thing is a whopper.
Yeah.
Like this is like, and I'm thinking, obviously glasses would be really hard to do. I can just imagine the difficulties of somehow making glasses. Like shrinking that down. I don't even know if it's possible in this like era.
And to make it look as good as it does. We don't even have the newest model.
No.
Like now.
No, we don't even have the newest model. And guess what?
I would never buy a headset again unless it got insane.
That's also even more honking. That's the thing. It's still big. It's still big. Honking.
I think it is smaller. I think it weighs less.
But it has like these like divots on the front and stuff. Yeah. Like it's like, dude, you're not making it any smaller right now. You're not doing that. Some people use their phones for VR. You have like a cardboard.
I can't imagine it being that much. I haven't looked into it, but I can't imagine the MetaQuest 3 being that much better than the second one.
No, especially with the dude, you can walk out and see color on your when you walk out of your VR environment.
Oh yeah, because you can walk. That is kind of nice.
And it's like cool, but it's like.
But that's not
a very micro. That's a micro improvement.
Oh, so now you never have to take your headset off. Nice.
And then, until your eyes
is that a good
bleed.
thing?
Yeah, it's like, do you want your eye?
I never have to take it off.
Dude, do I want my eyesight to be worse than this? Dude, sign me up. Sign me up.
Do you use your glasses in there?
No, because they can't even fit in there. So keep in mind, I'm having blurry.
Blurry for you?
Oh, dude. Oh man, you have no idea. You're so lucky. You're so lucky. You see, that's the difference. Actually, you're not lucky. Only because for me, it doesn't really matter. Like I said, I haven't used, this thing has become a paperweight. And I'm just being honest. I like it. Sometimes I'll go into it, but it's basically a novelty. That's all it is.
I'm like, pop in there for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and
then I'll forget for like how many weeks that it's even there. Or I'll move it.
I have one. It's in my closet.
I move mine around too. So it's sitting at my table. I've got a lot of garbage here, so I got to clean that up. But it's just funny to see, like, it's just so funny. I'm like, oh, dude, I remember this exists. And then I play a game on it or something, or I do something, and I'm like, okay. Or I'll go on the internet and do the typing thing, and then my fingers won't even hit the buttons. I will hit the...
That was fun.
I will try to type.
I had Clash of Clans, and I had chess, and then I had Twitch and YouTube up.
So you were going for multitasking.
I'm really like playing chess. I'm like watching a stream.
Yeah,
I'm like doing attack and Clash.
I'm a multitasker, but that much multitasking, I'd just be like,
I probably did that the most. I like sat there, just played chess and like watched stuff for like hours.
Well, chess especially is probably really cool because you just have the board there.
Yeah,
you know? It's like,
I was just like,
and physical really cool. Board chess is just better. I'm just being honest. It is better because like I feel like that's where you really, I feel like that's where you really like you really have fun with the game because it's like and VR kind of provides that. VR kind of provides this is like playing physical. This is like playing actual chess, which I have not played in like a long time. Like I said, I'm on and off. I'm like a switch. I'll get in the mood to be in chess. It's like a little light switch. Comes on, turns off. Sometimes I'll play a couple games and then I'll come back. Leave and go. But yeah, that's what I want to say about that.
Then to another thing I wanted to talk about. Kind of pivoting here.
Yes.
Is a genre that I think is very underrated.
Bring it to us.
You know what I'm gonna say? Gonna take a guess.
Looter shooters?
No.
Roguelites?
That is an underrated genre. Roguelites? No, another underrated genre. Very good genre.
I gotta think. What is an underrated genre?
RTS, dude.
Oh yeah. You see what's
You're
funny?
saying more underrated genres, I think, but I
I
shouldn't say underrated. Oh, it is underrated, but it's more
it's
of like a kind of
underrated.
dead genre.
It is dead.
Not really dead because there's always committed. It's kind of like how
Yeah.
fighting games used to be, except fighting games right now are like exploding.
And the thing, what's funny about it is like these people had their genres explode. It's like when I see a new game come in, people will be like, "Oh my gosh, this is such an amazing game," or "Oh, they're paying attention to this game and forgetting about this game." And it's like, dude, what you don't realize is it's gonna happen to you too. You're gonna be left behind in the dust. You will be left behind in the dust like everybody else. Get in line. A new style of game comes out, dude, I love this new style. It's like, oh, the old style's left and you're going to be left too. You're going to be the new old style. So welcome to the club. That's the thing. People don't realize just because you better enjoy it while it lasts, because it's not going to be exploded for long. People's attention spans won't allow that these days.
Yes, fully true.
So,
I do want to
sad.
show you. I want to keep talking about this, but I wanted to show you something real quick.
It's sad.
Remember that game that we were like, dude, Concord? That shooter kind of looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like Concord.
Show me now. You're getting me curious. I feel like I know.
Check out Steam. Check out Steam numbers on that baby.
Come on, load up my boy. Load up my random window. Of course, Discord. There we go. Oh my, yeah. oh my gosh, and that's
complete and total flop.
And it's a beta. Keep in mind that's the beta, by the way. That's usually where the height of the players come in to test it.
All-time peak.
The little boy that tried and couldn't win.
So,
like I said, that is a perfect reason why I don't follow any of this stuff. Like I said, I don't follow those numbers because those numbers mean nothing to me. That because it's like,
I don't follow the numbers either, but I'm saying like for them, that all the money they put into that.
Oh,
that was
sucks.
a AAA game. It was a AAA game. Flopped.
Totally well, flopped. You want me to be honest?
So the game must stop.
I feel like and people will disagree with me, but as a man who's done things like in the development space, I feel like a multiplayer game is a risk, like a massive risk, because like it's the biggest risk you could ever do.
You need other players,
yes,
people to play.
It's a huge risk.
If it flops, it's like, well, no one's playing the game.
There's no, oh, this was underappreciated and I want to play this. If someone thinks that, no one
Single
cares.
Player games, you're getting money up front.
Yes, and you're just playing the game.
It sucks. People paid for it, and they're
they play the game. If it's bad, who cares? You got your money. You didn't pour that much money into it. You're paying for server costs, sucker. That's horrible. Yeah. That's horrible. You don't do that. You don't. I feel like.
I mean,
if you're not
like Fortnite,
if you're not a big studio, you probably shouldn't be doing those types of games. It's just really risky. That's risky.
That is a big studio, though.
But
and they flopped.
Who's the studio?
I thought the EA owned it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm interested now that you're saying that. But that's what I was saying is it's like, you never know. I guess
it isn't a total flop because it's just a beta, but
that's the beta. That's the beta, which it's hard because it's like maybe people bailed out, I guess. Maybe people didn't believe in it. I mean, it's like a Kickstarter. That's what the beta should be. And like I said, I don't think there should be public betas, depending on what it is. I think you should just make the game good.
PlayStation Studios.
PlayStation.
The studio that made Firewalk Studios is owned by PlayStation Studios. So it really hits PlayStation.
And I will say about PlayStation, they're not really a multiplayer studio. Like they just aren't. The PlayStation Studios typically aren't. They're mostly single player. Like Xbox and all those other people. Those are the multiplayer guys. And I think that was a risky move on their part. I feel like Sony.
Well, they're feeling it now.
Sony, like, what did you honestly think you were going to be able to compete with these people? Did you honestly think you were going to be able to compete in this market that you've rarely ever touched? And when you did, and they have touched it before with like Killzone and stuff, nobody cared. Nobody cared. It's the same with Gears. No one. Oh no, that's Xbox. Dang. Killzone. Killzone's the closest comparison I have to that. Nobody cared. Uncharted.
I'm segueing everywhere.
Yeah. The segues.
I went from like bringing up what topic I want to talk about the whole time, and then switch to something else immediately.
And this is yeah. Welcome to the Gaming Dudes podcast, where we literally ramble over and over.
Yeah, seriously.
Over and over. We will pull things out like crazy.
You've been playing Command and Conquer.
My goodness. Yeah, I played a bit of Tiberian Sun.
Me too.
And like I said, it's a solid game, but boy howdy.
Really good.
Boy howdy.
Dude, I am having a blast.
Well, it's like
I'm like 3 missions away from beating it.
It's your favorite game in the series, isn't it? Like it's your favorite game in the series.
I had fun with other ones, but yeah,
because
as a kid, it was my favorite.
Like I heard you even say that. I've heard you say that even recently. You're like, this is the best game in the series that I played. And like I said, Tiberian.
I don't remember the rest of them.
But
so
also like, Tiberian Sun. You have to keep this in mind. Tiberian Sun is popular. It is a extremely
I understand.
popular
I'm going
game.
off of just like me being a kid, what I like the most.
True.
Not like I haven't played them in my adulthood really, besides Generals, and that's it, pretty much.
Yeah. And
as a kid, Tiberian Sun was awesome.
And it's really
way too hard for me to beat when I was a child.
Yeah, dude. Seriously, one thing I appreciate about it, I'll say this about it. From the missions I played, the little sample I got, I feel like what's nice about it is they're not impossible. See, as the series went on, when they got to Red Alert 2, those missions are psychotic. They're crazy.
Are they really that bad on normal?
No, they're awful. They're horrible. I didn't even go to the hardest difficulty. I may have just went to hard, and that's it. And then I went down to medium. I went down to medium, boy. I went down to medium. They're so hard. I'm pretty far in, but it's tough, dude. Seriously, it's tough because keep in mind,
I'm curious to play it
with Tiberian Sun. You don't have to build that. You can build a couple base defenses and you're safe, dude. The amount
Sun isn't that hard.
What's nice about Tiberian? Yeah, see, that's nice because with Red Alert 2, I was like, oh, I like this game. I've gotten decently far in it. Even as a kid, even as like, or maybe a teenager, I got decently far in it. When I was getting better.
We'll say saving all the time is key. I was not saving.
Dude, yeah, save.
Seriously,
I
was like restarting missions from square one and being so far.
Yeah, save.
Like, dang.
Do not. Not.
So true.
Seriously, you will hate your life.
I did.
You will hate your life.
I was so mad.
Like I said, John. So keep in mind what I was gonna say is there are spies in Red Alert 2. They can sneak past your. I had to defend 3 lanes. I had to defend 4 lanes. 4 lanes with infantry, 2 and tanks. Everything.
Sounds like you actually have to be good at RTS.
Yes.
I feel like sometimes the missions actually call for me like kind of kiting the enemy out.
Yes.
And then it's like, oh, now we're just getting into me actually being semi good at RTS, which I'm bad.
Same, dude. I'm terrible.
So it's like once it becomes, that's what happened in StarCraft 2, because I was going through the story and I got pretty far, and it was at a point where like my skills just weren't. I wasn't quick enough.
It's like I could get through it if I was a masochist enough to.
I could. I probably could too, but it's like you get to a point where I'm like, am I really going to practice
RTS tactics to beat a campaign? And the funny part is
Warcraft. I played Warcraft 3. I got that too because I just love RTS. So I've always like wanted to try them all. And I got to a mission in Warcraft 3 where I was like, I cannot beat this.
Yeah, you're like, you hit that brick wall. So for me, I think it was like maybe 8 missions in. I was on the Soviet campaign, because I'm a masochist and hate my own life.
Yeah.
So I hit this wall goes boom. I hit this massive wall where I have to destroy 2 bases and 1 objective. But the problem is there's a bridge right from the other base to me, a very small bridge. And then there's also way above that another base. And in that base, so 2 bases attacking me at once. I have nothing. No allies, no nothing. They don't even give me a unit, like a freebie unit to start with. They just give me my little MCV and then make me build everything up.
I like that.
Maybe they give me a couple tanks. That's it.
I mean, I'm saying that now, but if it's a hard
dude,
level, like,
it's so bad. It is so bad. You can't mount an attack on anything.
Yeah, Tiberian Sun, the last mission I beat, it was one where there's like a sniper. You get a sniper girl. They're like Tiberian powered soldiers.
Yeah,
So it's like there's like a sniper girl who's incredible. This guy with like a machine gun who's incredible, and then someone who can like take over stuff who's like really good.
Yeah.
And it's like a prison break mission, really cool mission. But then it turns into a base mission. So it's like you have this whole prison break, and then you lose the really good. You basically have these 2 guys, and you take over a base by just those 2 guys. As long as you play it right, it's like it was kind of challenging because you're timed. But once I figured out what they can do, I got pretty lucky too.
See, here's what.
And then once I did that, then it turns into a base mission, and then the base mission is where it got really hard because it was like now in that mission they were like attacking me. They were like actually. Before it's like you have a base, you kind of build it up there, like you don't need that. This time I was like having to send multiple packs of troops to like their base and losing, and having to like.
It's so annoying losing a whole.
And I'm like, oh no!
Seriously, dude. The other games are nice because they give you an infantry mission, then they give you a base building mission. They're not combined together. See, they're not like, oh, now you got to make a base and storm the base now that you've done the infantry section. The infantry missions are breather missions. They are breather missions.
They repair everything. They like repairs everything.
It's horrible. Seriously.
So if you fail and don't destroy the structure, dude, they also are turds and they try to build bases on other parts of the map. Like
so you don't even know. Yeah, dude. Oh, I hate that.
I had to look through the whole map to find the last bit of the Nod army. And they were trying to build a base in like the corner. It's like StarCraft. They do the same thing. StarCraft will have like the NPC will have other spots of the map where they make another a backup base. So like if you're beating their first base, they'll make a backup base and start building up from there.
Well, imagine.
It's like, dude, are you kidding me?
The GLA from generals can camouflage their base. So the thing is, keep in mind, they can make second bases and camouflage them. Think about that for a second. And also, their workers, they have really small workers. If you don't have snipers, they're human workers. They're faster than any vehicle. So you basically can't catch up to them. They'll just run away. Oh, you use your little particle cannon. You have to have 6 of them to kill all the workers. And if a worker gets away, he builds a new base. That's the thing. He's so fast.
Exactly.
He's so fast. Exactly. He runs so fast. He's like bolting like the Flash. You have to have pathfinders.
Exactly.
Snipers. If you don't, Generals is one of the few RTSs where I've had to have a sniper infantry. The pathfinders are critical to the game. If you don't have pathfinders, you're dead. Infantry will bone you. They will kill you so fast. It's not even like, I'm not joking. They will murder you.
Dude, one thing I will say,
it's so bad.
That is funny. One thing I will say is I kind of wish there was more different. I'm sure as the missions go on, I'll get more troops, but there's not much troop selection compared to like newer games.
Oh yeah, everyone has freaking Red Alert 2, dude. You have spies, you have dogs, you have Tanya, you have the regular guys, you have the missile troopers.
Exactly.
And if you pick, this is the craziest part. If you pick a different nation in Red Alert 2, you get different units. So someone might have snipers, but not have a certain unit. Someone might have other types of units that other nations can't get. Oh, better jets. Oh, better tanks. Like everybody has different stuff in Red Alert 2. Every allied faction has different
Yes.
There's similar stuff, but it's all not just a repeat. It isn't. You actually have different things.
Exactly.
And that's an old game. That's old.
I'm looking up pictures of these guys to just like see what it looks like.
It's slightly newer than you have the French. Maybe the French have snipers. Maybe Britain has like this type of unit or that type.
Dude, I've been having so much fun because remember we looked at that game Battle Aces. Did we talk about it on the cast or was it after?
I think it was after.
That's something that looks really cool. It's coming up.
It's like tournament style RTS, which is cool.
Yeah, it's almost like a MOBA mixed with the RTS.
It's a MOBA, and that's what I was thinking. It was like very League-like. A lot of it's...
Which is cool. It looks awesome. I'm very excited for that to come out. I was hoping... There's not even a release date planned. I signed up for the closed beta, but...
The amount of times I've ran into a beta with something... And you know what's sad? A lot of times when I see a beta on Steam for anything, it never comes out of beta. It never does. So many things don't come out of beta. They're stuck in it perpetually or in development.
It's not even. It was a closed beta. Now it's not even.
Now it's not even. They're just like, oh, we're not even gonna show this. Yeah, that's.
Well, yeah, now it's not even like.
It's like no announced release date. The coming soon. I love that coming soon icon. That's my favorite thing when I see games. Oh, a cool game's been announced, coming soon. Or they'll just do a blanket statement. Oh, 2024.
Oh, you like this? Too bad.
Oh, 2024. I'm like, when in 2024? When can I play my original Resident Evil 2 that's on GOG now? When can I play it? It's coming. It's just 2024? That's all you're saying? I want to play this game, dang it. I never got to play it. Okay? I never got to play the PS1 Resident Evil 2. I want to play it. Why can't I play it? Just let me play the game, okay? I bought it with my own money. I don't even have to emulate it. I'm so happy. And you're not going to give it to me? Give me a date. Please. Capcom.
Please.
Why? I hate that. Right. It's either coming soon or just put the year there. Don't.
Yeah, this was a closed beta, so it was like a beta and then it ended. So now it's not even people with beta keys can play it right now. But I thought that because since it was closed beta, I probably should have assumed it's going to be a while.
Oh, dude, it's going to be.
It's annoying. Up release date and it just says nothing. By the way, Battle Aces, well, we explained it a little bit, but it looks like a very cool RTS. But I'm being hyped for playing Command & Conquer is making me like I just love this genre.
And what's
even
funny,
the missions is so
like
fun.
I said, the funnest part I ever had in those games was AI and missions. Because everything else is so
everyone online is so good.
Bad, dude. So bad. It's so bad. Like honestly, it's one of those games. I might say RTS is one of the hardest. You actually have to pay attention to everything.
I think it is.
You have to go. You have to have your little keyboard.
Dude, I don't know what I think is harder because fighting games.
It's like fighting games are tough.
I feel like I could learn a fighting game easier, and I'm having an easier time learning that than I would RTS. There's just so much. Not like it's like if you think about League, and League's unique because of all the builds you can do, but it's like even controlling one guy accurately is hard enough, let alone doing like so many things at once.
Yeah, no, it's it is.
The actions per minute, these pros, I'm not comparing myself to a pro, but I'm saying
I agree with
even the people who aren't pros are just getting to the highest rank.
Yeah, dude, they're nuts.
Like their actions per minute is insane.
So this is what and you know what? I've learned what they do. I've learned certain things that they do. It's not just
about the clicking all the time.
It's not just that. They will learn strategies on how to do things quicker. They will sell buildings to get the money. So they'll sell a building. Let's say I built a barracks. Let's say in generals I built a barracks, or let's say I built a supply stash. Right, basic thing. Yeah. They'll delete the supply stash and sell it, and build a whole force and become rich and just destroy you by selling or sell their command center. They sell their command center and basically just send dozens of troops out early, like freaking full Comanches, full gunships just coming in at the beginning of the game, and you're dead. You can't do anything. It's like, dude, how do these people think of this? It's just, I'm getting war flashbacks. I wish I recorded it. I wish I would have recorded it.
I tried playing I played Generals Online.
It's so bad.
When I was young, and I just got. I mean, not even. I played a few StarCraft 2 matches online. More than a few. I think I played like 20. I think I won like 1 or 2. Barely.
Yeah. That
Out
seems
of
about
that,
right.
It clearly was people who like don't know what's going on like me, but they just don't know what's going on a little less than me.
Yeah, that's always a
And
fun
you get kind of
feeling.
lucky. You get
That's a
lucky
fun
with your
feeling.
scouting. So then I was like, okay, I won.
I
But
almost
I'm
succeeded.
saying all the other games, I'm getting dumpstered as in like they aren't even like they're so dumpstering me. It's like I don't even have.
You can't even play.
I don't mind getting dumpstered in games if I'm having
Same.
fun. There's been very few games where I get dumpstered and just want to quit. Apex Legends is one of them.
Yeah, no, that's
Because those guys are so insane that you're just getting dumped
they're
on over and over and over again, and I'm having zero fun. And then there's RTS.
RTS is
Online
probably
RTS,
the worst for me.
I'm
I'm with you.
At least Apex, I feel like I can do something
Yeah.
sometimes.
With RTS, you want to build a base, right? Like that's the main draw of it. You want to build units. You want to build
These
up an
guys are
economy.
building bases in like 2 minutes.
They don't even, and guess what? Sometimes they don't even build bases. Sometimes they just send units at the start of the game. I'm playing Age of Empires.
So good. Yeah.
There's no settings change.
Dude, I tried Age
Knights
of Empires
are coming
online
in.
too.
Knights are coming in. They're coming in at the beginning of the game. How did he advance this fast?
Like, are they just selling something? Like, what? How are they doing it?
So generals, it's just selling the command center. I tried a strategy and I got my command center.
Yeah, because they're freaking selling the command center, then they get in a freaking. What about when people build drills in like 2 minutes and they're drilling into my base with like.
Yeah, they're getting the general's power ups faster than anybody can predict.
What the freaking heck?
Because that's a power up. If you kill someone's units, so you must have been in some games with multiple people, because this guy must have been like destroying whoever else was there. Because in order to get that, you have to like
a
kill
2v2
people.
thing.
So it's a 2v2. Yeah, your ally got decimated. He got decimated faster than he could even predict from a rush attack. And that guy was getting promotion after promotion after promotion.
He drilled me. It was so fast, and I was like, "What is happening?" I didn't know you could. First off, I didn't know that thing even existed.
Yeah, dude, that thing.
So I got this thing burrowing up into my base. I'm like,
units are pouring out of it. I will say, I've used it. It is the most gratifying thing I've ever seen. Like, dude, it is so fun to use, dude.
One of the coolest memories I have of TJ ever doing was after that guy beat me with that strategy, TJ played him and beat him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
RTS.
You should ask him about it. I was like, dude, he was like, yeah, it was crazy.
Well, he actually can't. That's the thing. He knows how to do that. I think
him and Ryan played that game a lot. They were super into it.
I knew nothing. Like I said, even you know, it's funny. I was into it and I even tried to learn the strat.
I was into it.
I tried to.
I'm terrible.
And you know what's funny? I learned the strategy that they did to get the gunships out. Guess what? My base was destroyed by the time they got there. By the time I was like destroying his base, someone else killed me. So
the beauty of it all is you don't have to be good at something to be into it. Yes. Thank God.
And also,
because
I'm bad. I have pleb alternatives. That's what's nice about it. I have pleb alternatives. I can just play the story, or I can verse AI. I don't have to fight people who are insane. I can just do that. That is so much nicer. It is so much more relaxing. Because the AI in most of especially Command and Conquer, especially as the games went on, the AI is dumb. And most of them, they're so dumb now. In generals, they're stupid. Because like you can now I used rushes. So, that's also a little cheap, but even without the rushes, you can beat them. Now, if there's like 8 of them, you're dead. Or even like 3 of them, you are dead. Because you cannot focus on 3 on 1. You cannot do that. That's way too difficult. that's more so what I wanted to say about that is, dude,
it's such a fun strategy. It's like such a fun style of game.
It is very fun.
It really is.
But it's like chess for me. I will have a time when the switch comes on and then the switch comes off. It is exactly the same. I view them both as the same thing. Where it's like, oh, I get the switch, I beat a couple missions, and then it's like, dude, I like what's nice about this one we're talking about, whatever it's called.
Green Sun? Or
the Battle Aces is the fact that if I'm getting beamed on, it's quick. Yeah. That's what's nice. Yeah. It's quick.
True.
I love Very RTS. True. I love building bases up. I love doing that. But you see, if I'm playing online, that I might actually play online because at least I can build things up. I mean, it's just quick and dirty. It's done and done. Generals, you have strats.
Slow bleed. Yeah, it takes longer no matter what, unless someone's really good in rushing. The thing about even if you defend against a rush, though, is that then you have to rebuild from behind.
Yep. You have to cover everything. It
takes even longer.
And guess what?
So it's like,
you have to build infantry and tanks to support your defenses if you're trying to turtle. And then by the time you do that, guess what you hear? Scud storm detected. Particle cannon detected. Nuclear missile detected. That's what you hear by the time you're done repairing your base.
Turtle.
And then guess what? They blow your base up to kingdom come. They have a super weapon at that point. Think about how Matt had a wonder. A brother of mine played Age of Empires.
Yeah.
I was attacking him ruthlessly. I was hitting him with my fleet of battleships, and they couldn't do anything. They couldn't, they'd punch his defenses and holes through his base, but guess what? I had no land units, so I couldn't even, and if I put land units down, guess what's going to happen? They're dead.
What?
So I can't even do, because if you, especially in that game, you turtle in that game, you're invincible. You're faster than the opponent, and you're basically invincible at that point. It's not like generals where, I can punch a hole through someone's defenses, and that you can't. There's no punching a hole through it, especially if you suck. And I suck. So I can't punch a hole. I can't punch a hole through that. It's like, I have a hard enough time trying to beat freaking single player AI.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I know.
Against a campaign.
On the game.
It's on a campaign.
My thing is, I'm never efficiently using time. It's like, even if I win, it's like I'm having to build up the biggest army of all time and take like 30 minutes.
It's by a hair. It's also by a hair that I win.
That's the still like, thing. Especially in Stronghold. Stronghold, you can have the biggest army and not do a dent.
Stronghold's mission design. I got stuck on a mission where, guess what? It's the 10th mission. I beat the rat. I killed him. The snake happens. And what happens in the first mission with the snake? You have to take his castle. So you take his castle. It's like, that wasn't too hard. And then guess what? You have to make, enough ale for a frickin' snake, for him to help you out. And troops are being sent by the pig over and over again. So pig is constantly harassing you. But there's another problem. Guess what happens to your crops? To your hops that you're putting down to brew?
You get burned.
Rabbits come and they eat them.
Wait, so you have to protect against the rabbits?
Yes, you have to have a wall against your hops. You have to have a crazy castle set up. Guess what? Even with that crazy castle setup, I can't even speak. I'm so flustered. I'm not kidding. Even with that crazy setup, your crops still die.
Wait, how?
Sometimes they can just die. Oh, our cows have been struck by a malady. Let's say I had to get him some cheese too. Oh, guess what? A disease happened. They're dead. Oh, nothing. So the first time I played one of those missions with that, my population plummeted to the ground. With this, I just died. They came in. Pig sent his little mace men in, who are the most powerful units in the game.
Yeah.
Dead. It's over. I can't build mace men. I can't build them. I don't have any of the materials, and also, I can't build them at all. I literally can't. All I can build is archers and pikemen. Spearmen. Pikemen are good. Pikemen are good. Spearmen suck. Spearmen have no armor. They die in one hit from an arrow. That's it. One arrow kills them.
Dude, do you remember when that makes me think of like? Do you remember when we were playing as you, me, Matt, Faith, and Capil, and you like charged Matt with your trebuchet or whatever?
Yeah.
You were trying to run away to get out of there. You're like, oh, that didn't go as planned.
Yeah, the spearmen were dead by the time they even. And he destroyed my siege equipment. So, he sent his macemen out. They rush out like freaking bloodthirsty hounds.
Go fast.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Macemen are the best unit in the game. They are. Seriously, they're worth the investment. Don't make spearmen. Don't make spearmen. Seriously, they're terrible. Don't even make archers. Or do.
So funny.
But like, they're not going to do that much.
People worship.
Imagine that. I'm sending a full attack. I'm sending a full attack. I'm ready. I got the siege equipment. I got the spearmen. He destroys every single one of them. His macemen come out. They smack the spearmen to death. They're all dead. I'm here. As they're all just dying pathetically. My boots leak. They're just coming in. Over there. Get them. No problem. That's what they're screaming. No problem. You select those guys. They're like, arr. No problem. It's like, no problem. Sure, no problem. Against a freaking spearman. If there's one spearman and if there's one maceman and 3 spears, the spears would die. I'm not kidding you. The spears would die. And everyone talks about the knights. They're like, oh, the knights are so good. The spear guys destroy the knights. Don't even build knights. Don't build horses. Don't build knights. Don't build pikemen. Build macemen, crossbowmen, archers. That's it. Don't even build spearmen. I've shown how useless they are. Don't build tunnelers. They're stupid. They can't do anything. They have little pickaxes. That's all they have. Oh, they dig a little tunnel. Guess what? I don't even know how to use the freaking thing. Oh, we can go under the moat. Big freaking whoop. What happens when there's 50 crossbowmen above there going... And then, It's like, none of this stuff matters. The ladder guys, just have some spearmen up there. Whoosh, they smack the ladders down. Siege equipment, throw some pitch there. Whoosh, siege towers coming in, pitch lights on fire, your thing's dead. Oh, you're sending a full thing of infantry in? What happens if you have those, those little spike traps that come up? They have the spike traps. Your infantry's dead instantly. It is an instant kill against them. Like, don't even...
Or if you even make it to the freaking wall, because...
Well, there's a trick. There's a trick in some of the missions. I saw a guy play it. One of the developers. He played it. He actually knew how to do it. Probably because he made the game. But also, what's funny is he sent his spearmen...
Nothing's more defeating than when you have... It's like you try and you're like, dude, I built this tower to get up on the wall. Like, this is going to be awesome. Like, I'm going to get right in. And then you don't even make it in. You're like...
Oh, they send their little fire arrows down. Keep in mind, they don't need pitch. They don't need pitch for fire arrows. Those brazier things they put down? They're free. So you can have those all over the wall. And they can just go... dead. Instantly dead. Your poor siege tower comes in. You just hear go... It's dead.
How are you supposed to do it successfully?
Basically, you have to have spearmen to run in and get killed. And then have like a whole other force of mace men to run up the walls and just like kill everybody. You rush 2 teams in on 2 towers, you're basically winning. But the problem is if you don't have mace men, or they don't give you that in the mission, what happens? You fail horribly because spearmen are so weak. They're cannon fodder. They made them to be cannon fodder. That mission I was talking about, he sent his spearmen to the pitch. So they get lit on fire. So he could like have a... And here's the thing. What if he didn't do that? What if he just killed the spearmen outright and didn't light the pitch on fire? Think about that for a second. So they wouldn't waste the pitch. They're useless. If it's a real player, they're not going to shoot the pitch. They're going to delete the thing, the brazier things, kill them, and put them back on because they're free. Seriously, it's not that so hard to do. It's like none of this like attacks in Stronghold are sieges. They mean it when they say sieges because you have to plan out everything for that
Dude,
crap.
it actually is very fun. It's so hard, but it's very fun to do because it is like a slow fought battle of like. It just feels like medieval the whole
The
way.
music is
like, oh,
booming. It's
Yeah.
booming. And you're sitting there,
It's-
and it gets more tense. Keep in mind, it gets more tense as they get in the castle. The music gets louder and louder and more dramatic and more crazy. Like at first, it starts kind of calm. You know, it's like, oh, there's some tough people coming in, and then it's booming. So you know you can have anxiety just fly at you.
Yeah,
And you're just coming in there, and then guess what happens? You fail, and then the music comes back to normal as you're humiliated, and you see the lost banner as freaking Wolf insults you for the 100th time because you suck at sieging, or Pig. He's like, "Oh, you suck, you know, go die, scrub." That's
I'll
basically
string you up.
Pig's just like laughing about it. The pig is coming to town, or whatever he says. He's like super happy. It's just bang the drum. That's what he says. He's like, blow the horn, bang the drum. The pig is coming to town. I hear that in a mission. Oh, I'm like, oh, I'm dead. I can't even protect myself from this guy. He's coming in, this fat, obese man, like morbidly obese. He comes in. He's destroying me with his mace. No chance. I hear
It's so funny to think about how you, like-
and they just run in and they smack the walls. You don't even need a battering ram. You don't even need a
Yeah, that's
battering
true.
ram.
Yeah.
They're the battering ram. Don't waste money on a stupid battering
It's
ram.
all-
The gatehouse is destroyed. Instantly gone. Instantly gone.
Dude, it's so funny because it's like, okay, like protect your crops. You don't get you don't get macemen, by the way.
Yeah, you
It's
have
like protect your
spearmen
crops. You're
and
like, okay,
archers.
still, you're like protect them because pigs sending men at you all the time. Like, okay. Then it's like, oh, rabbits are eating your crops, so you got to build a wall around it. Oh, now your cow's got a disease. Oh, now you're.
They have to add something insane. It's normal mode. Firefly, it's normal mode. Guess what? I'm getting destroyed. It was a struggle to even get to mission 10.
Yeah, that's pretty good, honestly.
And I still have to beat it, but it's so hard. It's so hard. Literally. Imagine hearing that. I'm scared, my lord. Your peasants are like begging. They're like, you know, we're doomed. It's like, yeah, no duh, dude. You are doomed. We're doomed. He sends his macemen in, we're dead. See, the rat was easy. He just sends in stupid spearmen. Freaking pig comes in, whole force of macemen. Destroyed.
Those words of encouragement, buddy.
And also, keep in mind, if I put mode up, they're gonna dig it up faster than I can even react. Like
that guy was such a good like asset to the game. The guy who's holding the book.
Yeah, the scribe and the one voice actor they got for the peasants. The peasants are like, we're doomed, and they're like begging for. You click on every peasant. I'm scared, me lord. And they're terrified. It's like, oh, you're scared now. Or they complain. They complain about everything. Oh, there's taxes. Oh my gosh, you're the devil. I hate you. If you don't give me alcohol in 5.2 seconds and put a church down, I'm angry with you. And guess what? If you do that, I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to sit down. Oh, you put flower gardens down? I'm going to stop working. You know what I did? You know what I did when I had a free build? I was like, I'm just going to put a church down and a bar down, and I'm going to torture the crap out of them. Worked perfectly fine. So they get their worship. They get drunk out of their minds. Back to work. And if they're not back to work, executioner, gallows, any of those things. If you're not going to freaking work to stay alive, you're dead. There will be no peasants left. You're either in the army or you're working. You know, I can't play baby.
Oh, that's so funny.
See, that's what people don't understand.
Doomed. We're doomed. Like, thanks.
The
Thank
apocalypse is upon us. They're like begging for, you know, please don't kill us, you know. It's, you know, don't end our lives, you know. We're dead. It's over.
Like, dude, you have no faith in what's happening.
And in Stronghold 1, if you don't target something with the archers, sometimes they don't shoot them. So
Dude, that was so,
they won't shoot them.
That's one thing about old RTS games is like how not reactionary.
Oh, your troops are stupid.
is.
And if you forget to put them on like aggressive stance, they'll stand there like guys running past them. And then somehow one archer in the group kills like a dude. Somehow he's alert and ready, but the rest of them are just like sleeping. They're just like not. They're just like, and they have a
literally
sleeping
sleep.
animation.
They literally
They're
sleep.
like,
Yeah.
so they're just sitting there, or they stand up and just like sit there sharpening their bows, like
Yeah.
like
I
just
didn't
like,
know people sharpen their bows.
or maybe it was like to keep it like.
I'm saying they do. I just didn't know like that was a thing until.
Oh, same. Till Stronghold, dude. I had no clue,
Yeah.
dude. That was an educational experience for me. First off, I learned that cows suck. That's the first thing I learned, because if they're in a mission, you know, they suck anyways. They're way too slow. They're best, like, just put apples down. It's literally the best thing you could ever put down. It's so fast. It's quick. Bread's pretty decent too if you get it ready. Don't do cheese. Cheese is the worst thing in the entire game. Like, it seriously is so slow. It is so slow. It is embarrassing.
I know.
Don't even do it. You're stupid. If you're putting cheese down, you have a problem.
Stretching my leg. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that was so enjoyable. So funny. What time are we at? We had to be over, right?
Yeah, we're over. We're 1 hour and 5. So folks.
5? That's it?
Yeah, we have gone over, but obviously we've gone over more. That I was looking at the clock at the beginning, and then now it's like.
All right. Well, that was a good episode. I like how I'm clapping for our episode. I'm like,
yeah, good episode.
We killed it.
Oh my goodness, the amount of highlightable moments. Unlike the last episode, which was good, but there was not as much.
God bless people.
God bless people.
See your booties next week.
Got a lot of. Well, I don't know if we want to see those, but.
Okay, not that.
I'm leaving that in later.